As children move into their teenage years and young adulthood, their bodies and minds undergo significant changes. This period is marked by rapid physical growth, hormonal shifts, and evolving social dynamics. With these changes come increased demands for energy and nutrients, making a healthy diet more important than ever. However, as young people gain independence, their eating habits often decline, leading to potential nutrient gaps. Understanding the unique nutritional needs during this stage is crucial for supporting healthy growth, development, and long-term well-being. Puberty is a transformative time, bringing about rapid growth and sexual maturation. Girls typically enter puberty earlier than boys, around ages 10.5 to 11, while boys start closer to 12.5 to 13. During this stage, growth accelerates, with boys gaining about 20 cm and girls about 15 cm in height. Bone mass increases significantly, and muscle development is more pronounced in boys, while girls experience a greater increase in body fat. These changes highlight the importance of adequate nutrition to support both skeletal and overall physical development. Adolescence is a period of heightened nutritional needs. The body requires more energy, protein, vitamins, and minerals to fuel rapid growth and development. Boys, in particular, need higher amounts of protein and energy to support their later growth spurt. For girls, a healthy diet is not only vital for their own development, but also for potential future pregnancies. Nutrient deficiencies during this time can have lasting effects, impacting everything from bone health to cognitive performance. Establishing balanced eating habits now sets the foundation for lifelong health. Despite increased nutritional needs, many teenagers' diets fall short. Surveys show that as children become adolescents, their intake of nutrient-rich foods like milk and fruit declines, while consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages rises. For example, milk intake drops by up to 40% in girls, reducing their calcium intake at a critical time for bone development. Skipping breakfast becomes more common, and overall, many teens fail to meet recommendations for fruits, vegetables, and other essential nutrients. These trends can have significant health implications both now and in the future. Regularly eating breakfast is linked to numerous health benefits, including better nutrient intake, lower risk of obesity, and improved cognitive performance. Yet, skipping breakfast becomes increasingly common as children grow into teenagers. Data from European surveys show a marked decline in breakfast consumption among 15-year-olds compared to 11-year-olds. Missing this important meal can be especially detrimental during a time of rapid growth and high nutrient requirements, potentially affecting both physical health and school performance. Teenagers' dietary choices are shaped by a range of factors. As they become more independent, parental influence wanes, especially for meals eaten outside the home. Socioeconomic status, peer pressure, advertising, and the physical environment all play roles in shaping what teens eat. For example, family income can affect access to healthy foods, while the presence of vending machines or fast food outlets near schools can sway choices toward less nutritious options. Understanding these influences is key to supporting healthier eating habits. Socioeconomic status (SES) can have a significant impact on teenagers' diets. Studies show that children from less affluent families often have lower intakes of fruits, vegetables, and nutrient-rich foods, and higher intakes of processed meats and sugary drinks. Family affluence is also linked to breakfast and fruit consumption, with those from wealthier backgrounds more likely to eat breakfast regularly and consume more fruit. These disparities highlight the importance of addressing social and economic barriers to healthy eating. Adolescents spend increasing amounts of time with friends, making peer approval a powerful force in shaping eating habits. Social activities often revolve around food, and group norms can influence choices, sometimes leading to less healthy options. Media and advertising also play a role, with exposure to food marketing influencing preferences and consumption patterns. While the exact impact of peers and media is complex and sometimes hard to measure, their influence on dietary behavior is undeniable. Physical activity is essential for healthy growth, weight management, and psychological well-being. However, activity levels tend to decline during adolescence, especially among girls. Studies show that while a significant portion of younger children meet activity recommendations, almost all girls aged 11-15 fall below the target. Boys are generally more active, but their activity also decreases with age. This decline is concerning, as adolescence is a critical period for bone and muscle development. As physical activity decreases, sedentary behaviors like watching TV, playing computer games, and sitting for long periods become more common. These habits are linked to higher body weight and poorer eating patterns, such as increased consumption of energy-dense snacks and drinks. While the relationship between sedentary time and obesity is complex, reducing screen time and encouraging more active lifestyles are important steps for supporting teen health. Gender differences in physical activity emerge early and persist through adolescence. Boys are more likely to engage in vigorous activities like football or cricket, while girls often participate in activities such as dancing or walking pets. Cultural and social expectations can reinforce these patterns. Additionally, ethnicity and socioeconomic status can influence activity levels, with some groups being less active due to various barriers. Recognizing these differences is key to promoting inclusive and effective physical activity programs. Overweight and obesity rates among teenagers have reached epidemic levels in many countries. In the UK and across Europe, a significant proportion of young people are affected, with boys generally more likely to be overweight or obese than girls. Family income also plays a role, with those from less affluent backgrounds at higher risk. Obesity in adolescence is linked to increased risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular problems, both in youth and later in life. Obesity in teenagers is associated with a range of health risks, including high blood pressure, abnormal cholesterol levels, and early signs of vascular disease. Type 2 diabetes, once rare in youth, is now increasingly diagnosed among adolescents. Obesity also tends to persist into adulthood, raising the risk of long-term health problems. Early intervention and prevention are crucial to reduce these risks and promote healthier futures for young people. Research shows that overweight children are much more likely to become overweight adults, especially if they have a higher BMI or an obese parent. Long-term studies reveal that being overweight in childhood increases the likelihood of adult obesity and related health issues. However, thinness in childhood does not guarantee protection against future weight gain. These findings underscore the importance of healthy habits throughout childhood and adolescence. Obesity is a complex condition influenced by biology, behavior, environment, and social factors. While diet and physical activity are key contributors, beliefs, attitudes, and broader economic and social drivers also play significant roles. Addressing obesity requires a comprehensive approach that considers all these factors, rather than focusing on a single cause. Effective prevention and treatment strategies must be multifaceted and tailored to individual and community needs. Eating breakfast regularly has been linked to a lower risk of becoming overweight or obese. Some studies suggest that breakfast eaters may be more physically active, which could help balance energy intake. However, it's important to note that skipping breakfast might sometimes be a result of trying to lose weight, rather than a cause of weight gain. While the evidence is not conclusive, encouraging regular breakfast consumption remains a positive step for overall health. Snacking between meals is common among teenagers, but its impact on weight is not straightforward. Some research suggests that more frequent eating may be linked to a lower risk of overweight, possibly due to higher activity levels. However, larger portion sizes can lead to increased energy intake, especially if energy-dense foods are chosen. Encouraging mindful snacking and appropriate portion sizes can help teens maintain a healthy weight. Consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages, such as soft drinks, has been linked to increased energy intake and a possible higher risk of overweight and obesity. However, the evidence is mixed, and other factors may also play a role. Some studies suggest that liquid calories may not trigger feelings of fullness as effectively as solid foods, leading to excess calorie consumption. Reducing intake of sugary drinks is a practical step toward better health. Preventing obesity is often easier than treating it once established. Effective interventions typically combine diet, physical activity, and behavioral strategies, and involve family and community support. School-based programs that address both diet and exercise can be beneficial, but broader, multi-level approaches are most successful. For those already affected, weight management programs should focus on healthy lifestyle changes rather than quick fixes, with professional guidance as needed. Adolescence is a critical time for building strong bones and muscles. By age 16, most girls have achieved 80–90% of their peak bone mass, while boys reach this milestone a bit later. Nutrition and physical activity are key factors in optimizing bone health and reducing the risk of osteoporosis later in life. Muscle development also supports bone strength, making regular exercise and adequate nutrient intake essential during these years. Calcium is vital for bone growth and mineralization, especially during the rapid growth of adolescence. Many teens, particularly girls, do not get enough calcium, putting their bone health at risk. Dairy products are a primary source, but intake often declines during the teenage years. Encouraging regular consumption of calcium-rich foods is important for achieving optimal bone mass and preventing future problems like osteoporosis. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and bone development. Many teenagers have low vitamin D levels, especially those who spend less time outdoors or belong to certain ethnic groups. In the UK, 1 in 5 boys and 1 in 4 girls aged 11–18 have vitamin D levels below recommended thresholds. Promoting outdoor activity and considering dietary sources or supplements can help improve vitamin D status. Protein is another key nutrient for bone and muscle development during adolescence. Adequate protein intake supports bone mineral content and muscle growth. While there has been debate about the effects of high protein intake on calcium balance, current evidence suggests that protein is most beneficial when calcium intake is sufficient. Encouraging a balanced diet with both protein and calcium-rich foods is the best approach. High intake of fruits and vegetables is associated with better bone mineral status in adolescence. These foods provide important vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support bone health. Unfortunately, most teens consume fewer than the recommended 5 portions per day. Encouraging greater consumption of fruits and vegetables can help improve both bone health and overall nutrition. Besides calcium and vitamin D, other nutrients like vitamin K, sodium, and caffeine can influence bone health. High sodium and caffeine intake may negatively affect calcium balance, while vitamin K is important for bone formation. Carbonated drinks may also impact bone health, mainly by displacing milk in the diet. Encouraging a balanced diet with limited processed foods and sugary drinks supports optimal bone development. Physical activity, especially weight-bearing and high-impact exercises like running, jumping, and skipping, is crucial for bone development. Regular activity helps increase bone density and strength. However, girls' activity levels often drop during adolescence, which can compromise bone health. For those involved in competitive sports, it's important to ensure adequate energy and nutrient intake to support both performance and healthy development. Lifestyle factors such as alcohol consumption and smoking can negatively impact bone health. Binge drinking may damage bone structure, while smoking is associated with lower bone mineral density even in adolescence. These habits, if started young, can have long-term consequences for skeletal health. Promoting healthy choices and discouraging risky behaviors is vital for protecting bone and muscle development. Iron deficiency is the leading cause of anemia worldwide and is particularly common among teenage girls due to increased needs from growth and menstruation. Symptoms include fatigue, poor concentration, and reduced physical performance. In the UK, nearly a third of girls aged 11–18 have low iron stores, and about 9% have iron deficiency anemia. Addressing iron intake through diet is essential for supporting energy levels and cognitive function. Most dietary iron comes from non-heme sources, found in plant-based foods, while heme iron from animal products is better absorbed. Vitamin C in meat can enhance iron absorption, while phytates in some plant compounds can inhibit it. Although iron supplements may help in some cases, focusing on a varied diet with iron-rich foods is the best strategy for most teens. This supports both physical and mental performance during these critical years. Nutrition plays a key role in cognitive function and academic performance. Eating breakfast has been shown to improve attention, memory, and classroom behavior, especially in younger teens. The quality of breakfast, such as choosing low glycemic index foods, can further enhance these benefits. While more research is needed, it's clear that a balanced diet supports both mental and physical development during adolescence. Some studies suggest that regular snacking may help maintain cognitive performance and mood by preventing dips in energy and focus between meals. However, the type and timing of snacks matter. Choosing nutrient-dense options like fruits, nuts, or yogurt can provide sustained energy and support brain health, while sugary or highly processed snacks may have the opposite effect. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and some plant sources, have been studied for their potential to improve cognitive performance in young people. While early research suggested possible benefits, more recent studies have not found strong evidence that fish oil supplements enhance cognitive function in healthy adolescents. Maintaining a balanced diet with a variety of nutrients remains the best approach for supporting mental performance. Deficiencies in certain vitamins and minerals, such as iron, iodine, zinc, and vitamin B12, can impair cognitive function. While supplementation may help in cases of deficiency, there is limited evidence that taking extra vitamins or minerals improves mental performance in healthy teens. A varied diet that meets all nutrient needs is the most effective way to support both brain and body health. Eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are serious mental health conditions that often emerge during adolescence. These disorders involve unhealthy relationships with food and body image, and can have devastating effects on both physical and psychological health. Early recognition and intervention by trained professionals are essential for recovery and long-term well-being. Body image plays a significant role in teenagers' self-esteem and mental health. Many young people, especially girls, feel pressure to conform to societal ideals of slimness, which can lead to unhealthy dieting, meal skipping, and even smoking. Boys are not immune to these pressures, with a growing number also reporting dissatisfaction with their appearance. Promoting a healthy, realistic body image is crucial for supporting teens' overall well-being. Popular media often promotes unrealistic body standards, contributing to body dissatisfaction among teens. The constant exposure to idealized images can lead to unhealthy behaviors, such as extreme dieting or avoidance of nutrient-rich foods. It's important for parents, educators, and communities to counteract these messages by encouraging self-acceptance and focusing on health rather than appearance. High levels of body dissatisfaction are linked to depressive moods and psychosomatic complaints in teenagers. Unhealthy eating behaviors and restrictive diets can further impact mental health, creating a cycle that's hard to break. Supporting teens in developing a positive relationship with food and their bodies is essential for both mental and physical health. Teenage pregnancy presents unique nutritional challenges. The body requires extra nutrients to support both the growing mother and the developing fetus. However, many young women already have suboptimal intakes of key nutrients like iron and folate. Low iron during pregnancy increases the risk of low birth weight and complications, while insufficient folate raises the risk of neural tube defects. Early education and support are vital for healthy outcomes. Folate is especially important before and during early pregnancy to prevent neural tube defects in the developing baby. Since many teenage pregnancies are unplanned, it's unlikely that young women will have taken folic acid supplements before conception. Promoting awareness of the importance of folate for all women of childbearing age is a key public health goal. The dietary choices made during adolescence can have lasting effects on health. Poor nutrition during these years can set the stage for chronic diseases like osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes later in life. Conversely, establishing healthy eating and activity habits now can provide lifelong benefits, supporting both physical and mental well-being. Adolescents and young adults are a challenging group to reach with nutrition and health interventions. As they become more independent, traditional approaches like school-based programs may be less effective. Innovative strategies that engage teens where they are, through social media, peer networks, and community involvement, are needed to promote healthy behaviors. Parents, educators, and communities all play a role in supporting healthy choices among teenagers. Encouraging balanced meals, regular physical activity, and positive body image can help teens navigate the challenges of adolescence. Providing accurate information and fostering supportive environments are key to helping young people develop lifelong healthy habits. Adolescence is a time of rapid change and increased nutritional needs. Many teens fall short of recommendations for key nutrients, which can impact both short and long-term health. Regular meals, especially breakfast, adequate intake of calcium, iron, and vitamins, and regular physical activity are essential. Addressing the social, economic, and psychological factors that influence choices is just as important as providing nutritional guidance. The habits formed during the teenage years often persist into adulthood, shaping future health outcomes. By fostering healthy eating and activity patterns now, we can help young people build a strong foundation for lifelong well-being. Ongoing support, education, and positive role models are essential for guiding teens through this critical stage of life. Empowering teenagers and young adults to make informed choices about their diet and lifestyle is one of the most impactful ways to support their growth, development, and long-term health. By understanding the unique challenges and opportunities of this life stage, we can create environments that encourage healthy habits and help young people thrive, both now and in the years to come.